Hello everyone. Very happy Women's Day to all. So I'll start with asking a question through a story. So a father and son are going, and son is going for an interview in a stockbroking company. And on his way, he receives a call from CEO of stockbroking company. And CEO says, "All the best, son. You've got it." So my question is, who do you think is the CEO?
Was the father gay? I mean,
Definitely some from the family. Now, father or mother, son would give a reference, right? So definitely
yes.
father, maybe
Yeah,
mother.
why would father call the son like they were together, right?
Oh,
S-
it's mom.
Yes. So CEO is mother of that boy.
Oh, how amazing.
So yeah, it's one of the
Amazing.
biases which make us
Yeah.
think that CEO would be the man.
So, so we'll commence with the talk. Thank you so much, Sheetal, for your amazing riddle. We shall commence and we shall talk about the introductions and the talk. So, to make it simpler for people to recognize you, please raise your hand while I introduce you. So, Anagha is a woman of intuitions, passion, and hard work. At the starting stage of her career, she shows tremendous potential. A programmer by day who loves to dance and design mandalas. Her mantra: believe and work on your inside, everything else will fall together. Next, we have Sheetal, a passionate mother, dependable friend who is motivated by good food and drinks, a senior QA analyst who is always game for taking up challenges. So, our next panelist is Sneha. Sneha is a DevOps engineer. She masters a unique blend of soft and technical skills, builds a culture of trust, collaboration, and continuous improvement. She is also a poet at leisure who has mastered one of the most difficult form of poetry, sonnets. Next, we have Tejashree. She's an explorer. She loves experiencing nature and different cultures. An avid trekker who firmly believes there is no greater joy than to have an endlessly changing horizon, for each day to have a new and different sun. She is also a senior software developer with over a decade of experience. Next up, we have Vidya, a software developer from Planisware team who divides rest of her time between traveling, cooking, and gardening. For those who don't know, Planisware professionals are a very niche community. Um, so that's with the introduction of our talented panelists, shedding light on this year's theme, which is breaking the bias. How do you think about breaking them?
Like, to start with, I guess like being into this 21st century, and we have a very middle of the winning the battle about like women. So we are, be it commerce, if we precisely talk of breaking bias, when it comes to art, science, commerce, sports, we can see women everywhere down to line today. Like I can see there was era, there was general thinking that no, I mean this is not meant for women, or so we can't see
Yeah,
women in that portion. But today, if we see, we are having, for me, society comprises of two people, men and women. I would include transgender and respectful women. So I'll just conclude women and, men in the society who are supporting. And because
yeah,
of them, a right men and women who are supporting this woman, we are into every other field that could be possible. So I can
okay,
see women in NASA's, in science. I can see women who are auto drivers. Who I can see women, in being a TCO over there, being into every possible section. So already
yeah,
we are breaking the biases, and we can see women all over. So, that could be a perception from breaking the bias. And I'm really proud of this, era which is getting into revolutions and evolutions of mindsets and thought process.
yeah,
Right. So that could be actually a breaking the bias. And thanks to
that's
those
true.
equal mentality men and women who are
So,
supporting us.
yeah. So, I mean, Tejasri, do you want to add to this point or
Yeah,
question?
agreeing to Sneha that currently now many women are getting different opportunities and different in different fields, even in the technologies and fields like science, mathematics. We are getting different opportunities, and thanks. I think we need to provide more such opportunities to women. We need to uh, like open more fields to women and show them that they are accepted everywhere in any field.
Hmm,
And when we support the projects which do not support this gender inequality, we will support more such women.
that's nice. Do we have anything more to add to this, or do we move next to the another question, which is what about the unconscious gender bias in the society, which is prevalent?
So I think that not only gender bias, but there are some kind of bias which is, prevalent in every aspect of a woman's life. So from the childhood also, she sometimes taught, or sometimes made understand, or sometimes she herself realizes from her life experiences that she has to face the bias, and it is going to be there some or the other way around her. But with respect to workplace bias, it is sometimes believed that women don't have subject matter expertise, or will not be able to show leadership qualities, or maybe soft in making decisions compared to the other gender. So this is one of the unconscious or implicit bias at workplace, which reduces mentoring or leadership opportunities for women employees. So I think that women should be provided with equal mentoring and leadership opportunities, and definitely by time we see that happening around us.
That's very true. Well said. Vidya, do you want to say anything on this?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Sheetal?
Yeah, so when you talk about breaking the bias, to break the bias, I think first we all need to accept that we live by those biases. Not just men, not just women, the whole society is living by those biases. And we drive those biases. Those, it's not just about the biological difference between a male and a female. We are not talking about the capabilities because of the biological difference. It is about gender. Gender is much more than the biological difference. It's the expectations made by society from male and female. So putting male into one gender box and setting expectations from them, and putting female into another box and setting a different kind of expectations from them. So to break those biases, first we need to accept that we have limited thinking. We have our own ideas for males and for females as well. So
Mm,
then only consciously we can, in everyday decisions or actions, we can consciously think about, is this a bias? When you talk about an HR, what do you think? A woman, right? When you talk about a construction worker, what do you think? A male, right? So in your everyday action, we need to consciously break those biases within ourselves.
mm. Very well said. Because, I mean, for fireman also, I mean, fireman, who could even think it would not be a woman?
Right.
Uh, so, before moving ahead with the next discussion topic, I would like to hear from you uh, three names of Indian women tech entrepreneurs.
Ruchita Juneja.
uh,
Hmm.
Falguni Nair, founder of Nika.
Okay. Are there any more answers or okay? So while there's a very little buzz about someone like Prachita Juneja, Yogita Tulsiani, Mona Singh, Nupur Khandelwal, that hasn't stopped them from doing exceptional work. Yet we don't know about them. Be it an ambition gap, lack of opportunity, or bias. We need to work we need to work towards a more inclusive future where we need not use a separate list for women and men when it comes to achieving success in STEM fields. So, as all of you are women in tech, let's start the discussion about your experiences. What first sparked your interest in working in the tech industry, and what's changed since you joined? Sheetal, the question is on you.
Yeah. So, to join a tech industry was an unconscious decision for me. I was selected on campus, and after then, I realized how empowering it is. I felt it is empowering for women to work in a tech industry because all through my journey of 8 years into this industry, I have felt there are far less biases here than outside. If we keep aside a few of the policies and pay scale differences faced by women, the rest of the things, there are far less biases and discrimination than what prevails outside. So I feel happy every day that I joined tech industry and I'm part of this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's amazing experience, Sheetal. Um, anyone wants
Yeah,
to add
yeah.
add to?
I would
Yeah.
like to add.
Yep.
So when I started this journey, as Sheetal said, this was unconscious decision for me to be an engineer and to be a software developer. But then when I started this journey, it made me independent. Like thoughts wise and financially as well, and it was a point for me to be financially independent. And as Sheetal said, I have never faced any such bias in this industry, and I was not never treated. I am woman, and I can do certain things just because I am woman. So I was always given opportunities equal. That those were given to other fellow men's, and yeah, I think that was very important. And I2e has given provided this platform for me, where I have realized my capabilities and my potential over all these years. So yeah, that makes me happy.
It's amazing. That's very true about I2E. Anybody wants to add?
Yeah, just a small thing that I would like to go into technicality of the things. Like it's always been important. Just be a part of technical field. It was a conscious decision for me because you know what I got. It's been rumored. Like I would love to live in the rumor that we corporate people and the IT people get big fat salaries and everything. But I would love to be a part of that thing. Apart from what I have got the major thing from my technical field or profession, it has got me every scope of living with this technically growing world. You know, our globe entirely has been growing very smart. I'm happy that our grandparents to our parents are know how to switch on to smartphones and the apps, mostly for your WhatsApp and Facebook. And I'm a very small part of it when I can relate to this and I can have a common discussion dinners with my husband. And I'm very much excited about the next generation with whom I can sit and have a same quality of discussions, where revolution has been the foremost the reality of this world, where everyone, I'm very happy that the paper works. I mean, if you talk of the traditional way of working, the paper works, and the small things has been taken over by the systems and the data entry. So I am a part of it who is making that happen. So I'm very much happy that I can have my childrens to sit with me and enjoy the movies like Interstellar, Inception, and Marvel Studios. So that got me the logical and technical thinking mentality, where I can share that because I'm into a tech business, so I can understand the gravity and the logic of it. So that
Mm.
has tech, the technology has given to me, or the tech
Added to you.
profession has given to me. So I
Mm.
can have, I can erase that gap. Unfortunately, we didn't able to make it with our parents. We can have same common thinking, and have a dinner tables discussion. So
That's
I'm
a great
very
point.
proud to be a techie at this moment. That I'm growing with the world technically.
Yeah,
Yeah, very
great
proud.
point, Sneha. Does anybody have to add to this, or should I move to
Yeah,
the next?
I just want to say, mention a small thing that
Yeah,
I totally agree with what Sheetal, Tejashree, and Sneha have said. I also definitely feel that there is a sense of belongingness, there is a sense of freedom in the tech industry, and there is a sense of career progression and a huge learning path and a learning curve, not only to men but also to women. So that that is what excites me more about the tech industry.
truly. We are going ahead in this future of amazing people around us, and that's a great point. We're living in a very futuristic world, which we thought we would not be able to. So moving ahead, 43% of the total graduates in STEM are women yet. Only a modest number of them are in long careers in STEM fields, and even fewer are making it to the top. Why is that, and how can we change that? Tejashree, do you want to add something on this?
This point is so valid. Many of my engineering friends, they are not working. I mean, female friends, and when I try to recall, like, yeah, she was very good at maths, and she was very good at this particular programming language, but I cannot see them anywhere in the industry right now. Maybe I think the family responsibilities is one of the major reasons for this. The marriage happens, and baby and everything, so this family responsibility, it has a good part uh, for this conversion to be less.
That's very true. Life
But
comes
yeah,
in
I
a
can
way,
see.
maybe.
Yeah, but I think that I mean, we have so many examples. We have so many role models around us, like Serena Williams. So even after having a family, she's fighting and she's staying on the grounds there. So we always need to have that kind of a role model in front of us, so that it always motivates us to do what we want to do.
Live our life on our own terms. It
Yeah.
is. Anybody else wants to add to this?
Yeah. So when it comes to the IT industry, so women has more stress, or like they are not able to balance between the work life balance. So because of that, like maybe they are not choosing to become a come in a tech industry. So maybe because of that, like women are not choosing like some other like they are not choosing this IT. So like policies what we have like in i2e, so maybe if it is woman friendly, and that would really help them grow in a IT career.
Yeah, like companies who could provide even more policies similar to i2e.
Yes.
Yeah. So, uh, that's very true, Vidya. Does anybody want to share?
Yeah,
Or
just
yeah,
adding to what Tejashree and Vidya have said, why there is a not long career, or why we are not at the top in a sufficient quantity is, uh, you know we need to see the implicit biases. The When do females get appreciation from society and families? When we are taking care of our families, when we are put as a role model, when we sacrifice something for our kids, when we sacrifice something for our newly married family. So as a kid itself, we have a habit of going where the appreciation goes, where the applauses are. So, I know I'll be appreciated more if I sacrifice this for my kid or for my family. So maybe that could be one of the major reason why the continuation of long career is missing. And because continuation is not there, we are missing in good numbers at the top. And on the opposite side, if we see, men are appreciated for providing to the family, for being the breadwinner for the family. So they have just one aim. they are appreciated there. So that's why there is a difference. So yeah, that point I wanted to add.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten to the psychology of things. I mean, I was just thinking about this. But yeah, I mean, I've also seen that how men are very supportive of us. Yeah, maybe they
Right.
know somewhere that this is where the challenge is for women.
Right. Now the things are changing at a big scale.
Yeah. So anybody else wants to add to this?
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, there is, just as Sheetal said, I would like to add on to that, that there is a kind of a mindset or a boundary that is already set for a woman, that she should choose a field of education which will, going ahead, provide her some kind of financial stability and, minimum job satisfaction. So she should just be happy with that, and going ahead, if there comes any kind of condition or circumstance, then she should be able to leave her job and, try to settle down for her family. So there is a feeling of inadequacy with that. But yeah, surely we can see that this kind of stereotypical perceptions are definitely changing right now.
Very true. I mean, there's many changes in the thoughts and thinking processes now, which we can all come to the consensus of. So, Sneha, do you want to add more on this?
No, it's just I want to add one liner that priority that matters, It is
Mm,
not she is deciding for her, maybe to a level, the circumstances or 10 group of people or group of people that is prioritizing. Like,
mm,
priority changes for her from time to time, you know, by others maybe.
mm,
So being a woman, I just want to, promote one thing like decision is something very had a butterfly effect. If you know butterfly effect, it's a very small, it's a psychology actually. It's a very small thing but has a major effect. So
mm,
decision itself is the first instance that it starts with. If you start taking decision for yourself, if you start taking priorities by your, level of acceptance. So I guess that's the only thing we are lacking or we are being powerful. So someone else is deciding our priority maybe, or some situations, but those situations and people are just what we are allowing. So I guess if we prioritize life accordingly as what men are doing or what other community of people or the society may be doing, so things will be equal and easy for us. So
mm.
priority
Maybe
is one.
planning and achieving all together.
Yeah, suddenly our
But
priorities changes, right? If we get
yeah,
married or if we don't get married, any which way. So
yeah.
that's where we are maybe lacking somewhere.
Mm, good point. So, another question, as we all have spoken about this. So the career gap in another is another primary concern among working women. So starting a second innings is not easy and commands greater motivation and determination. How can policy level changes make this easy? So what do you think, Vidya, about this?
Yeah, providing work from home, flexibility when work, and maybe like daycare for kids in a other office or something. So that will improve.
Yeah. I mean, work from home policy was, I also do know that I was reading on this policy and we had this way earlier. I2e had
Yeah,
this
right.
way
In
earlier.
IT. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. I mean,
Actually blessed to be a part of I2E on that ground, I can say that. It's
yeah,
it's immense, beautiful work culture. And the most important thing that I2E gives to all employee, what I can gauge, like I also switched 2 to 3 companies. Freedom of work is the best thing that I2E gives.
yeah,
Freedom of work
that's true.
and freedom of opinions. Like you're always welcomed for your opinions, for your thoughts, and for your ideas.
Hmm,
So that is the beautiful gift that I2E ever give to the employee.
very true.
And
Uh,
also they are providing career opportunity for women who have a career gap. So
yeah,
even someone from my team,
I mean,
yeah,
great
joined after
initiatives.
2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I too
And
have started
none of the
working,
companies,
mom working. I mean, has
Mm,
opened opportunities for moms who have taken a gap of few years, And I think it's an amazing initiative, because it gives that confidence to the those moms who wants to jump in the industry back. And yeah.
That is very true because matlab, we have this 5 or 6 years of gap, and I mean recruiters don't look at that
Yeah.
gap very. I mean they take it very seriously in some companies, and they
And you
don't
lose
take that.
confidence because of that gap. You lose confidence in you, even you are equally talented as you were before. You lose that confidence in yourself, and you starting questioning yourself that are you still fitting in the industry? Do you still
Mm,
fit, or are you coping up with the speed of the industry?
that's
So
very true.
yeah, such
So
a good initiatives by different organization will help a lot to bring back the moms uh, in the
Back
technology.
in the wet workforce.
Yeah.
moms and housewives too. So
Yeah, true.
Yes.
So more what I can add, just one thing about I2E, they believe in potential rather than all the degrees and all those, other stuff which not should not be a stone breaker for, should not be a hurdle for a woman, to work, or even the men. So they're actually believing on the potential of the candidate rather than the paperwork of the candidate.
Yeah,
So that
I
is
mean,
one thing
I also believe this that there are companies other than I2E also. Maybe if we take a magnifying glass or a torch, we could actually go and find some companies of that sort. But yeah, we surely are lucky employees here. Anaga, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, yes, I definitely, feel proud to be a part of organization which has opened a door for, moms who want to step back in the tech field. So it really gives a feeling of immense pleasure and proud, truly.
Sheetal, do you want to say something on this?
Yeah, definitely. I'm one of that example. I'm that mom who took 5 year break to take care of my newborn kid. And many companies endorse that we give equal opportunities for women. Uh, we will encourage women to be a part of our company. But when you see a career gap of 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, it's like different kind of questions start coming into the interview.
Mm,
So, I don't want to sound like a flag bearer of I2E, but one thing which amazed me was the kind of questions which were asked to me in interview compared to the other places where I gave interview. They were related only to my work in the interview. It was not related to my career gap. I was judged only on the basis of my interview performance and my past work experience. And then I2E made it very easy for me by giving me the freedom to choose whether to work from home or work from office. We have a hybrid working model here. We are free to go to office and work, and we are free to work from home. And that too, uh, the management or even the leads, the culture is inherited by every one of the employee. So it's not micromanagement. We are open to flexible hours. Until and unless one person is delivering quality, no one cares about what is your timing, by when are you sitting at your desk. So, these are some of the point which if most companies come ahead and start acknowledging the talent in any form, irrespective of their career gap, irrespective of whether this candidate is fresh out of the college, or because of pandemic some males also have lost their job. So I2A is recognizing and acknowledging talent in every form. I feel proud every day when I start work, and I feel accomplished every day at end of the day, because I'm neither compromising with my kid, I'm not compromising with my work. So hats off to I2E for that.
truly. I am here applauding. Amazing idea. Thank you so much.
we all are applauding.
And yeah, I mean, also the experience, it's very heartwarming, Sheetal. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
experience.
Right.
Yeah, and if we can find more such examples, and we appreciate acknowledge these examples. I mean, there could be many such companies who are doing this, but we don't know about that. And if we acknowledge that and highlight those examples, that would be really great.
That is true.
Right.
Okay, so we are moving to the next question. Actually, there's an interesting trivia which I would like to share with you all. And that is 34% of the IT workforce in India is now women, thanks to various pro-women initiatives and support. So yeah, there is some kind of progress out there. So as we know, hybrid is the new normal now. How are you all coping with it?
It was I'll be frank, it was difficult in the beginning. We are used to this work environment, and we're used to talk to colleagues on different topics and stay away from a family for a few hours, so it was very difficult in the beginning, but then there comes a responsibility, like in the house, the household work, and then your work, so that it was difficult to find a routine which was there when we were actually working from home. And So yeah, when I think it took me few months to find that routine back. And when you divide your work and house work, and then you work with your family and divide your responsibilities according to your timings and everything, I think this is working good for me right now. Like I'm very happy to be working from home.
That's great. You figured your way out, the new routine.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it was important.
Amazing.
Adding to Tejashri, I believe that it was a very different mode of life for everyone. We could have never imagined this pandemic and corona and staying home for like not for a month or a 2 or a week. It's like more than 1 year and 2 years, like down to line. So it was an amazing experience, like rather than having a monotonous life, everyone like waking up at 6, struggling till 9, and then moving to office by 10. So this is how it was going in infinity or in a loop. So it was amazing experience for both men and women. I mean, we have realized many of the things, and the men in our family, be it father, brother, be it our husbands, they too have realized many things. So we have, I guess we have realized many of the things, taking a work into consideration, household thing into consideration, and many of those equations into consideration. So it was a very challenging yet new experience for us.
That is
What
true. Like, people get to know the facets of you, different facets of you, like also your
Exactly.
office side.
Yeah,
And this was
exactly.
actually breaking the bias that no, only women can't work household works,
Yeah.
men are supposed to, so equal share of work. So this was like
So
breaking
yeah,
bias.
I mean, they look at us, working otherwise the laptop. Oh, you know this work also. I mean, I couldn't picture you like that, but you are doing something of that sort.
Yeah.
And the families, they can actually see us sitting in front of the laptop for so many hours, and getting involved with that work. We just forget what we have in the surrounding. So I think that is important, also because they have got to know, like, this is also important for us,
So
That's
they
not
are
true.
just the
they are like
household.
more
This is also important for us.
they are more taking seriously us now.
Yeah, exactly.
They are started taking us seriously and not for granted. So it's also one of the good fact of pandemic we had, work from
Yeah.
home.
Sheila, you want to add something because I think you are maybe wanting to say something.
No, no, I'm just enjoying. I agree
Okay.
totally with them. Hybrid
Okay.
model is the best.
So anybody else wants to add to this? Vidya?
Yeah,
Anaga?
I
Yeah.
just yeah, Vidya
Yeah,
can
yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Yeah, I just see this opportunity as like work from not like work from home, work from anywhere. So I can like travel and stay with friends, or like go out and explore places and live in a different city or different place. Yeah, life is good.
Yeah.
Also, like we can say, I made it good. So
Amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, Anaga, you were saying.
Yeah, so when I started my career, it was the pandemic going on, and I never visited the office, so I had to start my career path with the work from home new normal. So I definitely don't have that frame of reference to what it would have been like, going to the office or working with colleagues at a physical location, but from my work from home experience here at i2e, I have learned one thing, that the company culture or the work from home experience, it I don't think it only comes from working at a physical location, but I have started believing now that it is the organization or it is the people who build it. So the way every day, the way we collaborate, or the dedication of work that we have even while working at an virtual environment, so that is what makes my day-to-day experience more better. So I don't think that the work culture is only defined by a physical location. So that stigma has totally changed right now. And yeah.
Yeah, everybody's, I mean, in this company, everybody's taking the torch ahead. Yes, yes, you go
Yes,
ahead.
definitely.
Go ahead in the relay race. So, yeah, so did you all know that it is reported that 4 in 10 Indian women face anxiety issues due to work from home, becoming victims of the double burden syndrome? So let's talk about your experiences. Do you have you all faced anything of an anxiety while working away from office?
I personally did not feel anxiety, but that is true. Men are working and women are working, taking care of home, taking care of kid. So we are doing three jobs and men are doing one job.
Yeah, but I mean, in the anxiety issue, wala, yeah,
Mm.
do you feel that, I mean, there could be something about women or about us all as an employee, facing that issue while we were logging in or something of that sort? What is the other person thinking? Does Vidya have to share anything of that?
Yeah. So it's like we had some kind of, plan, like we are getting up at 6 o'clock and I know taking a bath and getting ready, going off. So we were managing things like easily. And after when it comes to work from home, there is no timing like when I'm getting up or cooking or anything actually. So because of that, like it was hard. Also, like I like going out. Like I don't like to sit inside the house and like looking at the laptop screen or sleeping. So I want to go out and like meet friends or work with friends, like that kind of scenario. But yeah, like I started feeling this anxiety, and then like, okay, this is not going to work out. Then I decided, okay, like I'm going out with friends, like I'm going to live in different city with friends or exploring the new things. So after that, like yeah, I started going out and staying in a different city for like months until I'm feeling good, and then coming back and feeling the same anxiety again, and then packing a bag and going again. So it continues like that.
I totally get you there. I mean, anxiety is like these really bad. I mean, I also face this anxiety, and so it's a real issue. It's a good coping mechanism, though. I mean, whoever is listening to this talk could really take that bite from you of visiting cities. Anybody else wants to add to this, or should I move to the next question?
Yeah, adding to this, just a little incident I remember when I joined this, early, and I joined it very pandemic, so it was work from home altogether. I've never been to work from home. Earlier, we used to beg for work from home when pandemic was not there. Now it's a new normal to your life. So it was also a blessing. But at starting point when I'm a very office person, I always love to dress decked up and go to office. So coordinating was one of the thing that I faced a hurdle with, like to whom to approach, what team, and that was the common thing that I. But I really remembered my colleagues, my manager, who helped me very wonderfully during this. Having a conversation and communication was very important during that time, which I received very well by and time. So, so that I can say that anxiety was there at very early because it was very new life for everyone and to have a new situation. But what could have helped was a nice candid or a formal and also a mixed conversation with your colleagues and your manager, which I received. And that made me, cope up with things gradually. And eventually now I'm fine with this. So that I would love to share.
It's good today, everybody, I mean, helping each other and getting, I mean, rowing the boat together. We are in this together at the end of the day. So, moving ahead, there's another question that is, we as women are progressing and taking up multiple roles on par with men. So, what advice would you give to the younger women just entering the workforce today? So, Sheetal, do you want to add to this or do you want to say anything about?
Yeah, just the advice is just enjoy the ride, take more opportunities, say yes to more opportunities, and be the part of the conversations. That's all.
Anybody else? Tejashree? Anaga?
Yeah, I would like to say that you should support yourself. You should always support your thoughts and, gut feelings, that if you want to do something, you should just do it and do not think about what others may be thinking. And you never think, if there comes a time when you need to talk to somebody, if you're facing any issues, so do not just sit back and just, you should reach out to someone and talk to somebody. I mean, I have seen that even I have myself faced this issue when there was certain times when I was like, literally it was needed for me to talk to somebody, and I hesitated at some points, but then when I actually talked about it and I raised the issue, it has helped a lot always. So I think, do not hesitate. Do not hesitate.
Good point. Actually, talking out really helps
Yeah.
in our
Just,
mental well-being.
yeah. Just
Sneha, do you
to,
want to add?
yeah, just to extend to Tejashri, just want to add one liner, just live it by yourself. I know the world, I'm not pointing out anyone, but the world out there, maybe society, maybe people, men, good colleagues, good manager, bad manager, just don't let them to take over. Okay, it I just always have one mantra in my life. It's not about you being the demon, it's about me being the phoenix. So I want to reborn. If you want to kill me, if you want to stay me, hold me back or demean me, it just we need to grow up, we need to reborn, we need to redefine ourselves. So do not let down by anyone, just keep going, keep growing, and be supportive to yourself, so the people will supportive to you. So just, and things will be there. Don't waste your
Standing up for
energy.
yourself.
Exactly. So don't
Yeah.
waste your energy, your time, your mentality, your patience for something that degrades you. So just
Mm,
get going and you will
okay.
be there.
Nice point. So, Anaga, do you want to add something? Yep.
Yeah, so just as the one who is just at the very beginning of her career, I just want to, mention three things that I kept in mind when I was about to start my career and, was a newcomer or a newbie in the tech field. So first thing is what we really need to stay away from the comparison. Someone is achieving this or someone is getting this and I'm still laying back. So you definitely have to avoid that. Then I believe that you should approach and get a first job. Try to begin somewhere, just lay down your work, get your feet wet instead of just sitting around and waiting for an opportunity or hovering around. And definitely you have to be true to your work and keep playing your own game, and then things will surely fall for you.
Very, very well said for the people who will be starting off their careers. Will be a great help.
Yeah,
Uh,
even I
Vidya?
have
Yeah.
something to add. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So if someone is saying like, you can't do something just because you are a woman, or, you have to, do whatever it takes to prove them wrong. So in that case, like you are not just proving them wrong, you are changing someone perception towards women. So you have to keep that in mind.
We all are leading with an example.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so do you all think that there is an ambition gap when it comes to aiming for a career progression? Sheetal, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I do feel that there is an ambition gap. That's because, we, uh, like how I mentioned, that there is an unconscious bias. These biases are instilled, ingrained in us right from the birth, right? So, ambition gap, you can say in terms of career, but we are also deemed as accomplished when we are managing a family, raising our kids. So, as a women, we are accepted, more acceptable to society in any form. If I decide today I'll be a housewife, there will be no pressure to me upon me. If I decide I want to raise my kid, full time, there will be no, I will be accepted in the society. But when there is a pressure, can you imagine a man leaving the job and just being a house husband? Just imagine the kind of pressure that person will get from his siblings and society, relatives. So the pressure also drives them to have ambition and not compromise with their ambition. We don't have that kind of pressure to, continue our career and achieve. Just we don't have any other option but to achieve, but to be ambitious. So I feel that is one of the reason, because of more acceptability for women, we have more choices. It is, some might say that it's a privilege, some might say that it's not a good thing that there is an ambition gap. So women are wise enough to understand when it is time to raise a kid, being a full-time mother, being a full-time caretaker, or now I want to resume my career. So I think that we are wise enough to take our decisions because of the acceptability in the society. So maybe the ambition gap, this could be one of the reason of that.
Mm, could be. Just thinking about it. I mean, went into thinking a lot. So nice point. Vidya, do you want to say anything on this?
No. Just-
Okay. Anybody else? Anagha, Tejashri, Sneha?
Yeah, I would like to appreciate what Sheetal did, and it's by far the most bitter reality that we should have a reality check by now. The only one thing, as what I've earlier discussed, is priority. And I would really, really love to see the world where women will take career on the first point of their priority. So career would ever, like maybe by now, will be a second choice. Career is the second choice in the priority list, and family will be the first. So, this is the starting of your problem or our problem. So, when the career will be the first, foremost the priority, like for the men, they know by the childhood that they are the only, person who have to lead the family financially. Or no? So, that is the first thing, studies and careers, and then the jobs. This is how equates. This is how go A is equal to B is equal to C. That is not with us. So
But I also believe, like,
continue.
even if these points are amazing, I mean, I also believe that we are this kind of generation who will raise kids,
Exactly.
in a manner which,
I'll
respects the other
definitely
gender also, and also gives, equal importance to the other gender. Because I think we have grown a lot of understanding and empathy towards each other. So I think that's like this generation and the generations coming ahead are the luckiest. I mean, what
definitely, I
else
can
could you?
see the wonderful moms like you, me, and the panelist and the other woman who was working. I believe we will raise our daughters and also will take our daughter-in-laws into conception of freedom. If you want to take career first choice, take. If you don't want to marry and compromise on that behalf, you are most welcome to do it. So I'll be the first person to support such female associate around me, my daughter, my daughter-in-law. I'll be the first one to support, and so I believe we are growing in that way, that I can see wonderful moms out here who will give the same equal mental level to son and daughter both.
Yeah,
So
we
we
have
should be the
started the
first one.
fire. I mean, ignited it.
I
I'm
believe,
sure it
yeah.
will go ahead.
So I believe we should be the first one starting supporting that thing. So the
Yeah.
society and the world will start, accepting it. So yeah,
That's true.
we can break the
Because,
bias that way.
yeah, one day at a time. Okay. So anybody else wants to add to this? Should I move ahead?
Yeah, I think
Okay. Okay.
I think it is pretty much all covered. So
ठीक है. As we come to an end to this session, we have an inspiring poem which is written by Anagha, which he would like to recite here and to talk and to add to the talk. So please
yes, so
go
I
ahead.
will just read it out.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Uh, Believing, trying, and not giving up. They say it is not one of my cup. Things go wrong as they sometimes will. The road seems as if an impossible uphill. Helpless and tensed, then you may feel you can't reach the sky the future conceals. Even though it's hard, struggle through it all. His grace will surround you and never make you fall. You could never guess how close you are. If you lose your spark, get back as a star. Stick to the fight when you have almost lost. You must not give up at any cost. You must not give up at any cost.
Amazing.
Great.
Amazing poem.
You should
Uh,
just print it and have it by your desk all the time.
exactly.
Yes,
And also, I have
thank
another
you.
idea. You can actually put it all over your wall, you know. You can write the poem over your wall.
Yeah.
Everybody will
Okay.
just like view. Very cool and funky.
So this
And
was just my a kind of a message I wanted to share with all the panelists here and also to the world. So, just be yourself and keep rising and best wishes to everyone on this occasion.
it's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for that poem. We have another poet here. So Sneha is going to share her poem too and recite to us.
Thanks, Shika. So
Yeah.
for every woman, every strong woman, every housewife, mother, everyone, we are powerful in ourselves. So she doesn't articulate in one definition. She is life, and when she climbs, she is larger than life. So she is bright, she is shelter, she is only one of kind. She is a creator and also destroyer when redefined. She is not just name, not just relation, she is a strength that holds the universe. She is not a edge, she is the curve. She carves that every limit to behold her world. She knows to bear it all, and when you dare her pride, she tears off. She is me, she is you, she is one I raised by. She is every strong woman who knows how to smile when she cries. So that's for every
Ooh,
strong woman.
Brilliant,
amazing.
brilliant.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So I always
Amazing,
believe,
yeah.
thanks. So I always believe that we are not definition, we are redefinition. We redefine ourselves every stage of life, being a daughter, being a wife, being a mother, being a daughter-in-law, and now we are at this era of wonderful professionalism where we are professionals. So we should redefine ourselves at every level. And that's how I'm proud to be a woman.
So true,
Exactly.
amazing. Yeah.
Proud to be. You go, girl. Yeah. So, summing up the whole talk with the amazing points. So, we spoke about how work is no longer a physical location, it's more about culture and getting work done. So, to accommodate women, we can have maybe providing a daycare facility at office or flexible work from home policy. That could be a good change. So and breaking the bias needs accepting that bias exists, right? So that is one point we spoke about. Implicit bias towards role of a woman sacrificing for the family. We are not challenged enough to be the breadwinner. So that is what exactly we all, Sheetal also spoke about, and it was a great ring. Continuation is lacking at times because of this, or an unconscious ambition gap, which could be the one of the reasons for very little representation at the top. So we should keep that in mind because I think we all are learning and growing every day. To all the young women out there, there were certain great points noted by you all. So be open to more opportunity, say yes to conversations, take charge. You are your own competition. It's time we start looking at job roles beyond gender. If you want to achieve a more inclusive future, is was also the whole conclusion topic of our uh, talk. So I'm really happy that we could have this amazing talk. And I mean, let's wrap this session with a break the bias pose. Thank you so much for being a part of this discussion as and happy Women's Day once again. So have a great year ahead.
You
Let's
too,
break the
you too.
bias together.
Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
Happy
Yes.
Wednesday.
Let's do it together
Happy
with a
Women's
picture
Day.
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. E. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you
Thank
Nice
so
you.
much,
being
Chika.
on.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.